Sunil garu, are we ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Shivashankar, sir, we can start. We will try to introduce you, then we can proceed, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sunil garu, proceed, sir.
How many of them joined, sir? How many joined?
It is 40 now, sir. People will join by 2 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Sunil garu, please.
Yes, sir. So, respected convener, Dr. P. Kiran Shri garu, Head of the Department of CSE, Shri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram. Today's webinar resource person, Dr. Shivashankar, and my dear faculty participants. Good afternoon to one and all. We, the Department of CSE, heartily welcomes you to the national level online webinar organizing in combination with Institution Innovation Council, IIC, and Shri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram. Before starting the webinar, it gives me a pleasure to welcome today's resource person, Dr. Shivashankar. Yes, sir, from our department and the Shri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, we welcome you to this webinar, sir. Despite of your busy schedule, yes, sir, despite of your schedule, you spared some time for us. Really, it gives me a pleasure for us, sir. Yes, sir, before start the session, let me take the privilege to introduce you, sir.
Sir, I am Dr. Shivashankar.
Sir, let me take the privilege, sir. I will introduce you, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So it gives me immense pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Shivashankar S. Dr. Shivashankar S is currently working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, KJ Reddy College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad, Telangana, India. He completed his BTech in Anna University, MTech in MS University, and PhD in Bharat University. He has published 15 plus journal papers and 20 plus patents. Dr. Shivashankar invited as resource person for several faculty development programs and webinars throughout India and other countries. His research interest includes security, image processing, mobile computing, and networks. Sir, now I request you to share your views on intellectual property rights to our faculty participants. Now the platform is yours, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Very good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank for the given opportunity from the Department of Computer Science, Shri Vishnu College of Engineering for Women. Okay, sir. Shall we start? Everybody can join, no? Otherwise, we have to wait for some time.
Yes, we'll proceed, sir. We'll proceed. It is exactly.
Okay, sir. Okay. So the topics today we are going to discuss is intellectual property rights. So we are doing a number of activities. I'm also on faculty. So we know for all the universities that means UG or PG or the research, whatever it may, we are doing a number of lots of activities we are doing. So for that, but we are not worrying about the patenting. That means we are developing, we are identifying the problem, novelty, we are doing everything, but we are not worrying about the problem. Suppose if you are not worrying about the problem, we are not worrying how to file as a patent, then what will happen? I will give you some examples also in the upcoming slides. The topic is intellectual property rights. So in intellectual property rights, total it has only 7 types. We will see all the topics one by one. Then importance of IPR. So hope everybody using an Android phone or the iPhone. You are having some idea about an iPhone also. Can anyone answer what is the price of iPhone minimum model? Can anyone? Minimum price of iPhone. I thought we know what is an iPhone, Apple. Can anyone give me the price? That means approximately how much it will be? How much is now? Can anyone respond? Hello. Can anybody hear me?
10,000.
50K, sir.
Sir, 10 to 15,000.
iPhone, it is available 10 to 15,000?
No, sir. Android phone.
No. I am asking about the iPhone.
Minimum
iPhone.
50,000, sir. 50,000.
So approximately we take it as more than 40. But the making cost of iPhone is just 5,000 to 6,000 totally. Total making cost. Then where the remaining amount is going means the remaining amount everything is going for patent who each and every part. That means the making cost for iPhone is just 500, 5,000 to 6,000 rupees only. So the price nearly more than 80 to 90% going for royalty of payment to the large number of inventors who has invented in different components. So the price is, for example, if you take on 50,000 rupees, 5,000, 6,000, it is going for the material cost or the making cost. The remaining every part, the remaining amount is going for each and every part and every technology. It is invented by different inventors. That is patented. It is the patent holder. That amount is going for royalty for that amount. So this is a reason. This if you are introducing, if you are identifying any novelty, we must file as a patent. If you are not filing as a patent, then I will tell you one example in the upcoming slides. So invention here it is a, sir, I'm getting noise from, sir, so can you mute?
Yes, yes, we have muted the participants. Please.
Yeah. So invention, it is an intellectual property. To protect the inventors, government has intellectual property rights. That means these, if you take an example for an India, the invention which we are filing in India, everything is we are filing under the Indian Patent Office. That is the government only. So here the patent, it is an intellectual property right for invention. So it is the most powerful intellectual property right as inventions have tremendous industrial application and thus scope for getting big money. Already I told you the iPhone making cost is only 5,000 to 6,000. The remaining amount, everything is going only for the royalty. Each and every part which it is invented by different inventors, already it is patented. In United States of America, it is a very big business. If you have any novelty, if you have any unique idea, we can file it in your name, then you can sell it to any company. So the important, very, very important thing is novelty destroying. For example, if you are having any unique idea, I mean, please don't reveal to outside of the world before filing as a patent. So if you file, if you are not filing as a patent, but you are revealing outside of the world, mean you cannot able to claim. When you are going to file as a patent, that time somebody have filed. So that is called as a novelty destroying. So don't reveal your idea before filing as a patent. The next one is an NDA non-disclosure agreement. For example, if you want to file your work with the Indian government, Indian Patent Office, if you can able to do it by yourself, that is not a problem. But when you are going with a third party, you must have a non-disclosure agreement between the particular person. Otherwise, they may reveal. So if you have a non-disclosure agreement, they can't able to reveal to outside of the world without your permission. Now, one more thing, this is where we can get these type of problems. Already we know as a faculty, Smart India Hackathon. Every year the government is conducting a Smart India Hackathon. If you go to the Smart India Hackathon website, n number of problems are they have given into category wise. For example, computer science, ECE, EEE and I, mechanical, civil, government agency problem, private agency problems, n number of problems are available. So we don't need to worry about the problem we have to take. Now the problem is available. Next, we have to only identify the solution. So the one more thing, for example, 2018, 17 or 18 itself, Smart India Hackathon is available. From that problem also we can able to take. I mean, a problem can have more than one solution. Already somebody have invented something. So if you want to give better solution also, that is also possible. So you can, if you already if you are having problem, we know the problem, then directly we can go for a solution. Suppose, sir, I do not know where to find the problem. My suggestion always try to give many project, major project, whatever it may be, mostly from the Smart India Hackathon website. So many unsolved problems are available there. We can give this problem to the students, then they will come up with a solution. Then later we can file it as a patent. So it will be very useful to the student, institution, and faculties also. So the topic I'm planning to cover is today intellectual property rights. It have totally 7 times. If time permits, we can see everything. Otherwise, we will see at least partition patent completely. So what is an intellectual property? The website where to search, then patent search, journal, forms, what is in the professional, complete, what is in the applicant, inventor, then different Indian Patent Office, patent of research, online, offline filing, types of application, expedited examination, FPR, then different categories of IPR. IPR, intellectual property rights, total it are 7 types. So first we will see what is an IPR. So intellectual property is some property which it has been created by exercise of intellectual faculty. It means the result of persons our activities. So it may be coming under any one of the category. That means the invention, design, trademark, trade secret, and semiconductor design, then artistic work, lyrics. So it may be coming under any one of the human intellectual activity in the IPR, intellectual property rights. So totally, already I have told, it is categorized into 7 types: patent, design, trademark, copyright, geographical indication, layout designs of integrated circuits, then production of undisclosed information. Otherwise, we can call it as a trade secret. A simple example we can take. Everyone, I thought everybody knows what is a smartphone, what is a mobile. If you take your mobile, how it works inside, the technology coming under the patent. That means technical part is coming under the patent. Then outside, how it is looking to outside of the world and outside of the design. That design part is coming under design patent. So IPR totally 7 types. First one is patent, second one is design. The patent, it covers the functional part of the system. Design, it covers a non-functional part of the system or only outlook, that means design. Then trademark, if you see the Benz car, Skoda, everything they are having the unique trademark symbol. That is a symbol. So in bracket, like I given how many years validity. So from the data filing, if it is granted me 20 years, this is for 10 plus 5. Then trademark 10 plus indefinitely renew. Every 10 years we have to renew. Then copyright. So when you are buying a mobile, they will give with the manual. Everybody has seen the manual. That manual is coming under the copyright. Another example, we can go for lyrics. So many artistic work we can coming under the copyright. Simple example, if you take a mobile, functional part coming under the patent, non-functional part coming under the design, then manual it is coming under the copyright. The simple it is coming under the trademark. The next one is geographical indication. Geographical indication, it is not for an individual, it is for a group of people. The next one is on layout designs of integrated circuit. It is mainly for the EC and EEE. And last one is on trade secret. The trade secret simple example is Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola formula 50-50. That means only the 2 persons known in the world. The 2 persons, that secret still they are maintaining. No one outside of the world or outside of the company, nobody knows that secret. That is called as a trade secret. So one more thing for the interesting trade secret, the 2 persons they are not allowed to travel together. This is a way they are maintaining that much level high secret of trade secret. We will see one by one. So the example I have told, cell phone, the working mechanism it is coming under functional. That means shape or the design it is coming. Non-functional part is coming under some design. Name is trademark, manual is copyright. For trade secret, Coca-Cola. So one more example for the trade secret is Google search engine. Everyone we are using the Google search engine, but no one knows the trade secret, the formula for the Google search engine. So many things are available for that trade secret in top level companies. Still they are maintaining, they are not revealing even inside of the company or outside of the company. Only the very few persons know the secrets. That much now they are maintaining. One more thing. Anybody knows who is an Elisa Gray? Don't search in the internet. If anybody knows who is an Elisa Gray, please let me know. Please don't search in the internet. If you know, please inform. Anybody? Can anyone respond? Can anyone?
Amazon helper. Amazon.
No. Okay, just keep it in your mind, Elisa Gray. Then I will tell you later what is who is an Elisa Gray. Then we can understand what is the reason I'm telling you to file immediately your work if you are having any unique novelty. Do you know who is an Alexander Graham Bell? Alexander Graham Bell. Anyone respond?
Yeah. Phone.
Yeah. So now if I tell the name, when I have told the name Alexander Graham Bell, everybody knows who is an Alexander Graham Bell, but no one knows who is an Elisa Gray. Then I will tell you the reason why what. Then next we are going to the important websites and the links. ipindia.nic.in, where we can find these patents. So I want to, for example, before start any work, whatever it may be the mini project or the major project or the research, whatever it may be, we have to refer the literature survey. Generally, we can call it as a literature survey. We will refer relevant problems already which it is available or already which it is patented or granted, published. We want to check. So where we can check means simply we can go to ipedia.nic.in. Just you can go to the Google intellectual property. How we can search? If you know the website directly, you can give the website name. Otherwise, simply use IP Indian patent search. You can get intellectual property India. Is it visible to all? This website is visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Here you can come. So mostly try before start any work, try to do the same patentability search. That means relevant to that area, how we can take the already published or the granted work. So mostly go for granted. I mean published means whatever you are filing, everything will be published without any problem. So if you want to refer really something, for example, my area is IoT. I want to start a project on the IoT or the blockchain. Then you can just enter the keyword. Already we know what is a keyword. IoT. So here you can select the granted. If you want to check for the published also, we can check, but mostly you can go for the granted. I mean, granted, it is highly standard work. Published means anything can be published in the Indian website very easily. So no need for that much level quality. But granted, Indian patent success rate is very less for the grant. So just you can select only the granted. It is very useful for referring any content or any area. Then you can give the caption. Just see that. This is a way you can do for all the search relevant to your area. All relevant. That means there is no specific criteria. IoT, blockchain, ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil. So all the granted patent we can get. So next, how we can check? For example, left hand side we can see application number 2021 11001043. The first 4 digits it is mentioning which year it is filed. The next 3 digits it is mentioning which office. In India, it are totally 4 offices: Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta. So the 110 Delhi, then Mumbai 210, 310 Calcutta, 410 is Chennai. So totally 4 offices. So 2021 year 110 means that is a Delhi. It is filed in the office of Delhi. Next, I want to know more about this for where I can get. Just click here, the application status. Here you can get the details about what is the title, it is called some chemical. So whatever it may be, it's a granted application. This is the steps we will see the upcoming slides. Next, I want to refer this content. I mean, listen here. One more thing. Once the work is when we are filing and work in the Indian government patent office, once it is published, anybody can able to access. But without the permission of the owner, they can't able to use. But anybody can able to access. So now I want to refer this document. How I can click it? Just you can click the view document. So it will show all the relevant documents. And which one is a very important one? Just see the complete specification. So if you open this document, you can get complete detail about the patent, invention, everything is available, what they have claimed. So this is a way we have to do, we have to start the work. We can tell them to the students, we can give some topic from the Smart India Hackathon. After that, we can tell them to refer all the, I mean, it is completely free. We don't need to pay anything. So if they refer for more than 5 to 10% in the relevant area, they can get good idea. The last part is called as a claim part. So here in this is a claim part is called as a heart of the patent. It is the most important thing. Just see the advantages of the invention over the prior agreement. It's a previous one. How we are comparing with the previous one. You can download for anything, any patent already which is published or the granted, we can get. So here the we claim, this is a last part of the patent. It is a very important one. We can call this part is called as a heart of the patent. So in this one, what they are claiming. So we can get all the information. So are you clear up to this one? Can anyone respond? Can anyone?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, clear, sir.
So this is a way we can refer ifedia.nih.in. This is for semiconductor. Already I told you it is specifically for EC and EEE. Then copyright, it is a separate government website. Then if you want to refer for, sir, I want to refer for an international level. Then where I can refer, you can go for US Patent Office, US PTO. Then European patent I want to refer, you can go for EPO. Then complete world patents, world level, global level, then you can go for WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. Then if you want to refer for Google patent, you can go for patents.google.com. So these websites we can refer, it is completely free. We don't need to pay even a single penny. So that is a benefit. We can refer, we can start the work. So this is website I was shown, ipedia.nih.in. So mostly try to click the granted, publish also we can refer, but that is we cannot expect that much level quality. Just click the granted, you can get all the details. Only you can give user keyword. That's all. Which area you are going to start your research work. Then Indian Patent Journal, the government is releasing journal every Friday. For example, yesterday also the government released one journal. That means all the 4 offices in India have totally 4 offices: Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta. All the 4 offices, how many patents filed and then published. Everything will be available. Everything will be they are releasing on every Friday. So that is available in this website www.ipindia.nih.in. We will see. Every Friday, the government is releasing. Just see that. So all the previous year published journal details. It is a government journal. So website ipindia.nih.in, then patents, publications, journal. This place we can get every Friday. Friday only the government is releasing the journal. That Friday, all the 4 offices, how many patents filed, published, all the details will be available in the website. The same website itself, we can get details about patents, designs, trademark, geographic indication. The last one is training place. It is available in the Nagpur. So already we have seen this one. How to search granted. Mostly, please refer only the granted journals. That is only the high quality. Complete information. This is my first patent which I have filed. So I have filed more than 20 patents in my name. 2019 highest number of patents filed in there. My name is in the India Book of Records. 2019, these are the patents I have filed, more than 20 patents. So now we got some idea about what is a patent. So patent, it's a technical part is coming under the functioning that is coming under the patent. So patent, it is also on IPR, it are totally 7 types. The first one is patent, which it explains the technology of the invention and protect the rights in it. The term of every patent already we have seen, it's 20 years from the date of filing. So what it provides exclusive rights and exclude others to use without your permission. So once the patent is filed, it is published. When it is coming to the public domain, anybody can able to refer. We don't need to pay any money to anyone. But if they want to use, any company want to use your work, they must get the permission from you. Otherwise, you can file a case against them. These are my filed patents. One international patent also I have filed. WIPO means World Intellectual Property Organization. That is for global, we can call it as sometimes global patent. So this is a very important flowchart. So step one, already I would told you, if you are having the problem, if you know the problem directly, then we can take the problem. Otherwise, if you are not having a problem, we can go to the Smart India Hackathon, we can refer for any website. So now we are going to file a patent. How we can file a patent mean? First, we are getting the problem. After getting the problem, the first step for filing a patent application is two way we can do it. One is for provisional specification, another one is for the complete specification. So the provisional specification mean I have started with research, but I have not completed. But I want to get the priority for my work. Then what you have to do, we can go for the provisional. Simply you are having only outline of your work. You are having, you know the solution, but you have not implemented completely. That time we can go for provisional specification. That means once you have filed as a provisional specification, we will get 12 months of time to complete your work. The government is providing 12 within 12 months. You have to provide your complete specification. The one more thing, what we will get if you are registering as a provisional specification means if you file a provisional specification, so your work will be get a high priority. So I have told you the Eliza Gray, Alexander Graham Bell. Everybody knows Vision, Alexander Graham Bell, but nobody knows Eliza Gray. Both they were in the same field of invention. The one more interesting fact is both of their attorneys went to the United States, they're in America's patent office on the same day, February 14, 1876. But the token number for the Alexander Graham Bell is 5, Eliza Gray is 39. That is only the difference. But the entire world knows Vision and Alexander Graham, but no one knows Vision and Eliza Gray. Both they have invented the similar technology only. So that is the reason we are telling us to, if you are having any unique idea, any novelty, please file immediately the provisional specification. So all the patent offices, they are working based on the first come first serve only. Both they went on the same day, 1876, February 14. Alexander Graham Bell token number is 5. Eliza Gray token number is 39. That is only the difference. So once the patent granted to the Alexander Graham Bell, why will he came first? So now the entire world of fame, everything he got. That is the reason. If we are having any unique idea, we must file immediately with the provisional specification. So the government fee is very, very less, below 2,000 only, below 2,000 only, only for the provisional. So once you file a provisional, you will get priority. Then after that, you will get 12-month period of time to complete your work. This is one way. Another one, sir, I have taken the problem, I have completed the problem, I am having complete solution. I have done the research on then directly you can go for complete specification. That is called with complete specification. So we are having problem, we are having solution. We can go in two ways. One is provisional, another one is complete. Provisional will get 12 months of time to complete. So if you don't complete your 12 within the 12 month of time period, automatically it will be expired. So now at this stage we have filed. Now our application is filed. So what is the next one is publication. The stages are filing, publication, and then grant. Then in between we have to apply for the examination report, examination also. So now we are the step 2. So now our work is filed. In publication also total 2 times. One is for the yearly publication, another one is post 18 month. So post 18 month means automatically your work will be published. So you don't need to pay any extra fee to the government. Otherwise, for example, from the data filing, today we are 26 to 2022, we are filing on work. You are filing with only for the complete specification, ordinary way. So you are not ready to pay the money mean from the date of today, after 18 months, that month, Friday, your work will be published in the government office. You are not ready to pay the money. So some industry people, startup companies, so they want to get published immediately. That time they can go for the early publication. Within a month it will be published, but we have to pay the 2,500 rupees government fee. That is only the difference between early publication or post 18 month. So are you clear up to this one, filing and publishing?
Yes, sir. Dr. Dharmaya, you have any queries, sir?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, tell me, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Very interesting webinar, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
FER issued, but reply not. What it means, sir? FER.
One second, sir. Now we are the 2 stages completed. One is provisional specification, complete specification. That means filing completed. Now the second stage is publication completed. The third stage is we have to go for grant. So from the date of publishing, from the date of filing, we have 48-month time to file for an FER. first examination report. That means we can file for an examination. We have 4 years of time. For example, today we are filing anyone work from the data today we have 48 months. Within that 48 months, you can file for examination. So for file for an examination, also there are 2 ways. The way first one is ordinary way. That means so you will be in the queue. For example, we are paying money to the examination. We will be in the queue. That means the examination fees comes around for below 4,000 to 5,000 rupees only. So you 4,100 rupees for the examination. So it means filing an examination, that is not a meaning we are going to write some exam. Nothing. Our work, our published work will be assigned to any expert in the same domain by the government. That is called examination filing. So once we file examination by to the government, our work will be in the queue. They will assign to any expert. That is one way. So when it will be entered into the queue, it may take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. That is depending upon the availability. Another one, expedited examination. That means, sir, most of the small companies, the startup companies, if you want your report immediately, if you want to get grant immediately, then you have to go for expedited examination. This term. For that, we have to pay 8,800 rupees to the government. So now the examination part also completed. Once we have filed the examination, then you will get the report that is called as an FER, first examination report. Are you clear up to this one? Sir, are you clear up to this one?
Sir, yeah, I'm clear, sir. What it mean FPR issued and why it is coming to the patents? Can you elaborate it, sir?
So for example, FER, it will be there. They will verify whether your work is belongs to any of the 4 categories. It must have the novelty. It can be able to convert as a patent. So they will check it's not coming under any that is not, we cannot file as a patent, mathematical, atomic energy. These things are not allowed. So they will check, they will verify everything your work. They will assign to an expert, then an expert will be assigned. Then they will give the report. Based on that report only, whether it may be granted or not granted. So after receiving FER, for example, the examiner is completely satisfied with your work. It is satisfying all your patent eligibility. That means it is having a novelty. It can be able to convert as a patent. Then it is having the invention, any new invention. Then it is not covering for any unknown. That means that is not possible to file as a patent by the government. That means atomic energy, mathematical function. Those things can't able to file as a patent. It covers. So it satisfies all the conditions. Then they will give the grant immediately. Otherwise, if it is not satisfying any of the 4 means, they will raise the queries. That means that is called first examination report. So your work may not be satisfied all the 4. So if it is not satisfied all the 4, any of the 4 means, then they will give you the queries. For once we have received the FER, we have a time 6 months plus extended 3 months. Within the time period, we have to give the reply. It's like a journal, we are getting reviews. So we have to reply. So once after giving a reply, if the expert is satisfied, then they will give the grant certificate. Otherwise, it is not possible. Are you clear, sir?
Okay, sir. Can you actually we paid everything? Suppose this FPR issued, shall we pay any amount, sir? Otherwise,
no, sir. No. We don't need to pay any amount. I don't know you have filed by any with attorney or you have filed by your own.
Attorney, sir.
Yeah, if you have filed your work with an attorney, then they will, for example, based on the queries, then they will reply.
Okay, they will reply. Okay.
Yeah, because we have to pay. They may ask money. Otherwise, we have to reply directly.
Okay.
They will prepare for the answer. They will prepare the answer for which the questions given by the experts.
Okay.
So this is for flowchart. We have the work. We have the solution 2 way. One is provisional. When we are going for the provisional, when our work is not completed, then I know only the outline or the abstract. Then I can go for the provisional. From the data provisional, we have 12-month period. Another one is complete specification. Once already you are having your complete work, directly you can go for a complete specification. 2 way we can publish. One is automatically post 18 months. Another one is an early publication. Third one is public examination. We have to pay the money to the examination to the government, 4,000 rupees. Suppose if you want your examination report immediately, then you have to go for expedited examination, 8,800 rupees. You will get the report within a year. But if you are paying an ordinary way, our work will be assigned to the queue. It may take 6 months or 1 year based on the availability. Once we have received FER, there is no queries, automatically it will be granted. If there is a query, someone is opposing it, then we have to solve all the queries. Once we solve, our work will be granted. Are you clear this flowchart?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. Sir, shall you share this PPT to us? I think
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir. I will share. I will share.
Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
Then how we can file as a patent? That means patent forms. So each and everything to the government we have to pay by the form. So for example, provisional specification, complete specification, publication, filing examination, each and everything we have separate form. Then we have to pay the money to the government. It's a form number I have given the application for grant of the patent, inventors. These are different forms. Everything is available on the website. That means for if you want to file request for examination form 18. So I want to file for an FER, that is separate form. You want to oppose someone's grant, you can go for form 7A, pre-grant, post-grant. After the reason which we are receiving for the FER first examination report, I got told if your patent it is satisfying these 4 conditions. Our work it must satisfy these 4 criteria: novelty, inventive step, industrial application, and it should not attract the provisions of section 3 and 4 of the Patent Act 1970. So I told you if you have received the FER, if you can receive the FER with some queries, then your work it may not support it may not satisfy any of the 4. So we will check what is the novelty, inventive step, industrial application. So our work it must have a novelty or any unique solution for the problem. Second is an inventive step. For example, before 10 years, 20 years back, we can see the size and price of the mobile. For example, now the mobile is at 5,000, 10,000, within 15,000 we can get a good mobile. So what about the price in the 90s, 80s? Can anyone imagine? Can anyone tell? That means 90s, those who are carrying mobile is a very big thing. Someone is carrying a mobile, so everyone will see differently. But nowadays the mobile is a everybody having the mobile, the right price also very less. So that is called as an inventive step. So we can go for the car, mobile, laptop, computers. So before 10 to 15 years back, the electronic items are very high range. Now the price is reduced. And the technology also increased. That means some inventive is available with the existing one. So that is the same way your work also it must satisfy the novelty. It must have an inventive, and what is an industrial application. Your work it can be able to convert as a industry product, and it should be useful to the society. That is the third one. The fourth one, it should not attract the section 3 and 4. That means atomic energy, mathematical problems, we cannot able to file as a patent. If your work, if it is satisfying these 4, your work will be automatically granted. Otherwise, the expert they may raise the queries. We have to solve the query within 6 months. It can be extended to 3 more months. So first one is a novelty. It should not be available in India or the elsewhere. So that is called as a novelty. It's a new, completely new. So inventive step, it may be the any technical advancement or the economic significance. So economic significance, we can simply tell car, bike, before 10 years, 15 years back, what is the price then, what is the price now? Hope everybody can understand. So this one, 2006, when I was in the final year, can anyone tell the 16 GB, 32 GB pen drive price now? Anyone? 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB pen drive price approximately. Can anyone? Hello?
400.
Hello? Okay. Any others?
600, sir.
Okay. 400, 600. Okay. So now I will talk now we are going to see what is an economic significance I will tell you, and then technical advancement also. So approximately we can take it as 300 to 600 for 16 GB pen drive. Before 15 years back, that means when I was in the 2006, I bought a pen drive when I was in the final year. I bought a pen drive. It is just 128 MB. Just 128 MB pen drive. The price is more than 750. Just see that 750 rupees. It's a just 128 MB. The price is 750 rupees before 15 years. So now the pen drive, we got an answer for 300 or 600. So that it contains a technical advancement, 16 GB or the 32 GB, and then the economic price also combined with this is very less. So are you clear? Are you clear what is an inventory step? I'm getting noise.
Yes, sir. We have muted. Please continue, sir. Please.
Yeah. So now this is called also technical advancement. This is called technical advancement. 15 years back, the price is different, and that is that compared to now, the technical is it has advancement is technical advancement is more than 16 GB price also the same. The economic also in previous 15 years 750 rupees, but that is just 128 MP. But now more than 16 GB we can get within 300 to 600 rupees range. So we can simple example car, bike, mobile, laptop we can tell for AD inventory steps. Simple example. Then industrial application. Your work, the filed work or filed patent, it can be able to convert as a patent. Sorry, convert as a products. That means the software cannot be patented. The combination of hardware plus software can be able to file as a patent. Your work can be able to convert as a product. At the same time, it will be very useful to the society with a very economic costs, very less amount. Then what is the first three we have completed? For example, we are satisfying the three. So what is the fourth one? Any work, any file, any patent work, if you want to file, if you want to get grant, it must satisfy all the four things. Then what is not patentable in India? Method of agriculture, mathematical, business method, all these things are not cannot be able to file as a patent. And then invention relating to the atomic energy also not possible. So now we can understand what is a patent, how we can file a patent, how we can get examination grant also, and what the patent it must have. So provisional specification and then complete specification. So if you are not filing, that means already I got told one example, Elisa Gray and Alexander Graham Bell. So we are working with some new technology, but we are not filing. When we are, for example, we are planning, we are extending to our filing for after 6 months or 8 months. So when you are going that time, somebody have filed, means you can't able to claim that work is yours. So that is the reason if you are having any unique idea, please file this one as a provisional specification immediately. For the complete specification after 12 months of the provisional period failed. So if you make delay, what will happen? What happened to the Elisa Gray? The same thing happened. The entire world knows who is an Alexander Graham Bell, but nobody knows who is an Elisa Gray. And also the tragedy it happened for only within the same day, only the token numbers 5 and then 39. That's all. So all the patent offices they work based on the first come first serve. Then filing a provisional application. Already I told you here everything is based on the forms. Form 1 for the grant of application for grant of patent. Then form 2 provisional specification. So it must include the field, background, object, principle, general statement. We can if you download any granted application from there, you can get complete structure about the patent. Then form 3 statement undertaking regarding the foreign filing. If you want to go for the outside of India. If you are going with a patent agent, then they will produce a form 26 also. Then provisional specification we are completing. Then after that, if you want to go for complete specification, sir, I have done my work, everything is available. I'm ready to go for directly complete specification means it must have these things. If you download any granted application, it must satisfy, it must have all these contents. It must have the title, preamble of invention, name, address, nationality, field of invention, use of invention, prior art, problem to be solved, objective of the invention, general statement, detailed description, best method of working, signature, drawing, and abstract. So are you clear up to this one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please proceed.
So title, it not exceeding the 15 words. For simple example, normal ball for cricket. So everything, it must satisfy the Indian pedagogy standard. So whatever you can file, it will be published without worrying about anything. Even if you are filing early examination or not, early publication or not, after 8 months, automatically it will be published. But if you want to get patent, if you want to get grant, it must satisfy all these things. It must have the title. It should be the standard way of exceeding 15 words. Preamble or the preliminary statement, it should be mentioned in the form 2. That means following specification particularly describes the invention. Preamble, you must clearly give the description of the invention. So you can understand all these things if you download any granted application. There you can find all the details easily. You can understand. If you refer 2 to 3 patent granted patent, then you can know how to write your own work. Otherwise, first 1 or 2 work you can go with the patent attorney. Then they will. Then you can do it by yourself. I mean, we have to follow so many for technical terms of some protocols, then only it will be granted. We have to draft properly. The name and address, the invention relates to, we have to mention prior art and the problem to be prior art in previous anybody have done the relevant work. We can identify. Objective of the invention, that means it clearly mentions the technical problems associated with the existing technologies. Generally, we can call it in the research work, existing system, proposed system, feature enhancement, similar to like that. So when you are writing the objective of the invention, it must bringing out the differences between the claimed invention and the prior arts. Then statement of invention, it must distinguishing novel features of the invention. What is our work? What is our novelty? Then detailed description, that means complete picture of your invention. That means otherwise you can give nature of improvements or any modification. If you take for the USB pen drive, I got told before 15 years, the price also very high. The size, that means memory size also very less. But now it has improved the size. They have reduced the size and then they have improved the capacity. The price also reduced. So this is the way you have to mention. It must satisfy the best mode, enablement, critical includes, example, diagrams, everything you have to give complete specification. Already I have told you the claim part is a very important one. That is called as an heart of the patent. You must write properly what you are claiming in your work. The each claim it should be very clearly you have to mention. So it are totally 2 types: broad claim and narrow claim. So how we can start the work? For example, IRV claim. This is a way we have to start the claiming. Claiming part, it must be clear, complete, and it must be supported by the description. The claim part, it must have the 3 things: preamble, transitional phrase, and body of the claim. Which word we have to use in the claim part also is very important. So the preamble, totally 3 parts: preamble, transitional phrase, and the body. Preamble, it identifies the category of your invention, for example, an apparatus, device, article. Simple example for the preambles: objective of the invention to cook rice. Those are how we can write a preamble: an apparatus for cooking, an apparatus for cooking grains. And so this is the way we have to write. Then transitional phrase, it is a part of the claim that connect your preamble and the body. So totally 2 types: open-ended, closed-ended. For example, open-ended means it can cover everything. That means comprising, it denotes. The keyword is comprising most. If you download many patent, you can see the word comprising. That means it can cover everything. It denotes a very broad and then open claim. And also it can be include unspecified ingredients also. The another type is closed-ended. If you know your work, it can contain only these 4 parts. This is only the technology. I will not add anything here after me. Then you can go for the closed-ended. Otherwise, you can call it a narrow claim. It do not narrow claim not allowing inclusion of material later. Once it is filed, it will file. But if you are using the comprising keyword of the open-ended, it can be able to include unspecified ingredients also. So open-ended, comprising, including content, this keyword we have to use. So then what is the difference between open-ended and the closed-ended? So the case, we can take one example, Gillette and the Energizer. So both are the famous companies. So what they have done, Gillette, they have filed a case against Energizer. Why mean the Energizer, they have copied the technology or they copied the design of this one. Then finally the Gillette company, they won the case. How mean they can use the claim part in the open-ended price, comprising keyword. So what they have done, the Gillette company, they have made for the 3 razors, 3 blades. The Energization, what they got, they have added 1 more blades. Simply they made it, everything is similar, exactly similar to the Gillette company. So they have filed a case. Finally, they won the case because it makes the claim they can use for the keyword comprising. So the comprising, if you are using, it denotes a very broad and then open claim, which it can be interpreted to include unspecified ingredients also. Suppose if they are filed as a closed-ended mean, they can't able to add anything new. So that is the reason writing and claim part, it is a very, very important one. Comprising. Closed claim, mostly they can go for, if you know exactly your work contains only these 4 parts, then you can go for closed claim, closed claim. So the closed claim, nothing more than consisting of a chemical, for example, when they will go for a closed claiming, specifically for the chemical, simple example, we can take it as a chemical products or anything. I mean 100% mean, for example, 50% A component, B component, C component. So we can't able to add anything more. So if you know exactly what is your content, then you can go for the closed claim. Otherwise, broad claim, that is the best for everything. Then body of the claim. So it explains different elements exist in the relationship. For example, in your work, it can have a number of elements or a number of parts. So how it is relationship to each and everything are one another. For example, an apparatus for holding items comprising at least 1 leg and a top configured to support at least 1 leg. It simply we can understand the number of elements available, how it is relating to one another. Then how we can write a claim format where we have to use the comma, where we have to use the colon. So comma, it separates the preamble from the transitional phrase. The colon, it separates the transitional phrase from the body. So we have to, which place we have to use the comma, which place we have to use the colon. It must be, we have to write specifically. And for the semicolon, where to use a small paragraph that define and describe the logical elements are separated with the semicolons. These are simple examples. An apparatus, just see there where I have used comma, colon, semicolon. An apparatus, comma, comprising colon, a plurality of printed pages. And where we can use antecedent basis A and D. So elements in the patent claim, it must have correct antecedent basis. For example, indefinite article A or and. We can, when you are introducing a new element to your work, first time you are introducing one element in your work, that time you can use for the A and. When you are referring back, then you can go for the definite article. So these are all the way we have to follow when we are drafting your work. The first time, generally, you can, if you work with any attorney, then you can understand. After that, you can do it by your own. There is no problem. So this is Elisa versus Bell. Already I have told you, February 14, 1876, it happened. So any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Anyone? So where we can file, online and offline filing is also available. If you are doing online filing, 10% fees reduction on online filing compared to the offline. This is a website we can file your work by directly without any. If you know everything, if you can draft everything, mean if you are having the digital signature, directly you can file. ipindiaonline.gov.in, e-patent filing, directly you can file. For that, you need only the digital signature. So where we can get the digital signature with emutra.com. Class 3 or the class 2. This is a website we can get. Then expected examination already got told. So within a year, if you want to get grant for your application, then you can go for the expected examination. It is mostly suitable for the startup companies. Then FER already we have seen. Geographic indicator is mostly for the, it is not for an individual, it is for a group of people. Simple example, Kanjipuram silk sarees. Darjeeling tea was the first Indian product to get a The geographical indication. It's for some group of people and group of one specific place. Trade secret I have told you, that is for Coca-Cola. Example. Coca-Cola, Google search engine, McDonald's, KFC, so many things. Then compulsory license. So already I told you it must be useful to the society with a very reasonable price. So when we can apply for the compulsory, for example, one company has introduced one product, but the product price is very high in the market, mean any another company can go for and apply the same compulsory license. How mean? For example, I have introduced one product in the market, it is very high price. The similar company, someone want to do the same product with the help of the government, mean how they can do mean we can apply for the compulsory license. They will give the compulsory license after 3 years of patent has been granted. So another interesting case is Bayer versus Natco. Bayer company, they have launched one drug, the amount is very high. But the Natco company, they have applied for the compulsory license to the government. They got an approval, then they have sold. Before applying Natco, the Bayer price is more than a lakhs. But after applying Natco, they got a compulsory license, they have produced the product. It's a very reasonable amount. It's around 8,000, 9,000 rupees only for the cancer medicines. So anybody can apply the compulsory license after granting of 3 years patent. So there we can get the training. IPR training center is the Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, RGNIIPM, the central government institute under the Ministry of Commerce. It is located at the Nagpur. There we can get the trainings, ipindia.nhs.in, RGNIIPM. We can give the request also, they will conduct if you are ready to pay. So design pattern already we have seen. So the one more example for the design pattern is the case between the Apple and then Samsung. So the Apple, they have filed a case against Samsung for it that the Samsung has stolen the design format of Apple design. The problem between iPhone 3GS and the i9000 Galaxy. Then copyrights, any literary work we can take, literary, artistic, educational, musical form, computer program, our computer science programs, only program we can able to get the copyrights. Trademark design symbol, layout, designs, integrated circuits. It is specifically for the those who are strong in circuit. So easy. I would like to thank at this time Professor Bhupesh Dekar, Dr. Parthivan, and Dr. Karthikeyan, those who have helped me the first patent filing. Thank you. If you have any queries, please let me know. Sir, queries?
Sir, thank you so much, sir, for giving clarity on patents and Indian patent rights and all. So I request all the participants, if at all you have any doubts, please you can unmute yourself and ask the questions.
పురుషోత్తం గారు
Sir, if you have any queries, please let me know. If you need any help for filing a patent, any support also, I'm ready to do. So mostly my suggestion, please inform your student to do the mini project, major project, whatever it may be from the Smart India Hackathon. You can assign the problem from them, you can tell them to solve, you can file as a patent. It is very easy one. If you need any help for these patents, please let me know. So any other questions?
ధర్మయ్య సార్ I think your presentation was so clear.
Thank you, sir. I will share the PPTs also.
Different people are there. Sir, Sunil Garu, can we go for that?
Yes, sir.
Ask-
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Because the way the faculty members, they are very much clear about your topic, sir, because you gave live by opening that website and in what way we have to proceed and where we need to search for your patents which were already published.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so where we can have the rights and all. So clearly you explained in a stepwise manner, sir.
Yes,
Really,
sir.
I
Thank you,
hope
sir.
it took around 4 to 5 hours to prepare that PPT, I think, sir.
Yes, sir.
Being
More
an-
than more than it's I have taken for 5 to 10 days.
10
It's a
days.
first
Wow.
PPT. Yeah, daily I have more than 120 slides are there, but we don't have the enough time. Otherwise, we can go for in-depth also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The majority of this slides you forwarded, sir. I
Yes,
understood.
sir. Yeah.
Due to lack of that time, I hope
Time,
you
yeah,
skip that.
1 hour it is very difficult to cover everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Only
when
due
we
to
have
lack of time.
yes, sir. Yeah, when we get any opportunity, next opportunity, I will take directly also. For me, there
Yes,
is
sir.
no doubt.
Definitely.
Any other doubts? If they are having any doubt, if they need for anything, then please let me know, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Yeah, dear participants, I hope this webinar is going to become very much useful for you, where we can write or apply for the patents in whatever we have to proceed under. Sir explained in a clear way. Now we came to the end of this webinar. So as per the request, I request all the participants to enable your camera to take a group photo. So participants, I request once again, please stay by on your camera because it will take some time to take all of your images. Why? Because it will take 2 to 3 pages. So I humbly request you to stay by oning your camera, switch on your camera for 2 to 3 minutes till I intimate.
Shivashankar, sir, you please stop
Sir.
screen. Stop.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can stop.
Please.
So now it is okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wonderful.
Sir, I have shared the PPT also. Already I have shared the PPT.
Yes, yes, I got your PPT. I will share with the audience also, participants and other people. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So when we get the certificates of this webinar?
You need to fill a feedback. After that, you will receive certificate by tomorrow itself.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello, sir. Where we will get the feedback link, sir?
Most probably in WhatsApp group will share, madam.
In the WhatsApp group only, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Tomorrow you are sending or today you are sending?
Today, after this, we'll send the feedback, and after that, we'll have the certificates also.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, shall we leave the webinar?
Yes, yes, please.
Shall I leave?
Yes, yes, participants, thank you for your patience. So, by this note, I thank today's resource person, Dr. Shivashankar, for sparing your valuable time to share your knowledge on IPR patents, to enlighten our participants in the area of how to apply for patents and all. And from the Department of CSE and Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram, We thank all the participants by making this webinar a grand success with your valuable participation. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much, Dr. Shivashankar. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.